To my mind, the success is to actually be in the various countries in Africa that you're interested in. If you're going to have a look at where the opportunities lie, you also need to understand which partners you're going to be working with. So if we've decided we want to partner in a particular country following some of the SEM strategy, I have to admit, then it's clear that you need to be there, you need to meet the people, you need to talk to the people and understand the market. And the players in the people in the market as well.
I guess it's a journey, and so I wouldn't say that it's successful. We are doing our best to grow our opportunities, and I would say that this is a journey that we started a long time ago. And I think principally the most successful part of it is establishing the relationships and building on that for many, many years. And most of us have had contacts in these areas and right through the continent for 20, 30 years. So I suppose the measure of success is what you put in ultimately is what you get out. So we've worked very, very hard at the relationship side. We've spent a great deal of time researching the countries that we want to operate in, understanding the challenges in terms of logistics, and in terms of what their needs are. It's very difficult sometimes to sit in your office in Johannesburg and understand exactly what's facing the guys on the ground here and in the rest of the continent. I think that's principally probably where we spend a lot of time travelling. We're on the road a lot, and you aren't going to get you're not going to get business or be successful sitting at a desk in Joburg or wherever. It's not going to happen. You need to get down there and actually see the stuff head on.
And the countries are very, very different as well. That is, to get the feel for a country like Uganda, which is different to the feel of a lot of other countries that are. For example, will have its own set of regulations in the insurance industry. The French-speaking countries we find are very, very different, so they're less so in East Africa. But even then, there's local players that are already established in the market. So you have to make a plan to try and link up with the established local players. We all treat that business as reinsurance, inwards business. So again, without knowing the players, how they operate, and what the regulators want. And each country is relatively unique in that. Obviously, through Sanlam Emerging Markets, we have a partner. We have Sanlam Uganda. There's some more corporate activity that's probably going to take place in Uganda around Sanlam. So it's something which is developing, but you need the complete picture in the market. You need to see the brokers, you need to see the intermediaries, create that trust, create that presence. And then I think, you have some of the elements there to start. In terms of Sanlam, they've looked at where the opportunities are. They probably have looked at where the fit is. And of course, not everything's up for sale, not everything's up for corporate activity, but through a strategy where they've now said, okay, we've got presence in this country, how do we expand, how do we add on? So for example, the last, I guess, big piece in the puzzle was the investment in Saham Group, which then covers more North Africa, more of West Africa, the Francophone countries, and so to really get that coverage, and I think that's what they have done right, is certainly to make sure that those coverage elements are there. And when there are multinational programs, for example, that we want to write, there is a partner that we can work with and route that through. And there's a partner that can let us know about local conditions, local regulations, and the like.
I think that obviously we've taken the lead from our local officers in terms of keeping up to date, but regulations, as you know, they change in some of the countries rapidly. And I think that probably the secret to the whole strategy is to have a very flexible strategy. Almost no strategy, you have to be completely flexible. So with terms of regulations, they will hinder and hamper our movements in certain territories, and so you have to be flexible enough to work around that, always being compliant, but know that your plan for today may change in the next 2 months. So I think flexibility has been probably the secret to SEM, to us, and to us dealing with the regulations, because of course, you know, you have a business plan that projects huge growth in Nigeria, and the regulator comes in and, you know, stops us immediately from doing any business there. So, you know, flexibility, I reckon, is probably the secret.
From our side, I can't speak on Sanlam emerging markets, but there's some activity that they're engaged in. But I think from our side, it's to really grow and build on those relationships that we're in the process of forming, and then have the ability to transact following that relationship building process. Some of the business will still flow via London. Some of the business may come directly. So for us, it's a case of, as Mary said, the strategy, you have to be flexible in your strategy. But the ultimate aim is to grow the business flow, and have reciprocal arrangements with our partners. And that, I think, then once both parties benefit in that relationship, that's when the real sort of business flow starts coming through.
Right. Mary?
Well, I think that Emerald has been quite successful in meeting the challenges in each of the countries, predominantly because we've travelled so much to them and we understand the people. But in terms of projects going forward, sure, you know, we want to work more closely with our partners. And I guess we want to find ways that the economy is such pressed, and rates, there's a great pressure on rates. And so I think our greatest philosophy is whatever is thrown in front of us, we have to find a way to cope with it. So, you know, turning our back. And so, of course, you have to know when's the right time to get out as well as get in. So maybe some of that we time well and move on to another territory. We opened Emerald opened office in Dubai in February. So we've been doing quite a lot of business now in the Middle East and Asia. So we've got a very focused approach there. We're seeing quite a lot of business now as well from Egypt. So yeah, I mean, I think that it's really pretty much guided by what we see coming in the door. And so we tackle it as it comes in. So right now, focus Middle East, Asia, Egypt, going through the rest of Africa.